Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk a little bit about Biden, both Bidens, Russia, some of the things that were said about them and where that information came from. And we're going to talk about a surprising turn that isn't really that surprising, but I feel like some people are going to be very surprised, or at least they'll pretend to be. And we're just going to kind of run through some information because what a twist. Okay, so we've talked about it before on the channel repeatedly. The Republican Party is pushing an impeachment inquiry. A lot of the allegations that are at the heart of this inquiry came through a confidential human source run by the FBI, a person named Smirnov. Now, this person was arrested for lying, okay, about this stuff. This is where it gets interesting. The prosecution wanted to keep him detained, didn't want to let him out prior to trial. Why? He is actively peddling new lies that can impact the U.S. elections after meeting with Russian intelligence officials in November. That's key to it right there. He apparently has, quote, extensive and extremely recent contact with Russian intelligence officials and has admitted this. There is a lot that is in the request to keep him detained. Everything from an allegation about a hotel being wired to get compromising material on U.S. political officials or business people. Just all kinds of stuff that is an admission of sorts. So this leaves a lot of questions about where some of this stuff came from and how it circulated through. The indications are that the person the Republican Party was relying on to provide them information, this person might have been in the employ of Russian intelligence. Surprise! Okay, so the Republican Party has a choice. They can either accept this as the new development, or they can say, well, he was telling the truth back then, but he's lying now. It's hard to say which way they would go. The smart money would, of course, just walk away from the whole thing. But the Republican Party definitely has a history lately of doubling down when they shouldn't. So we don't really know. Now, if you have questions, there's an easy way to tell. Generally speaking, because this is old school Cold War stuff right here. If this person is a Russian asset of some kind, what can you expect? Russia's going to snatch up some Americans, so later they can make a trade. That's how it's done traditionally. So if that occurs, I mean, that's a pretty good indication that he is, in fact, a Russian asset of some kind. That's what I would be on the lookout for. Now, realistically, this could have already occurred, and we don't have the news of it yet. But normally, when one counterintelligence service of one country picks up an asset of another intelligence service, the counterintelligence people in that country, well, they snatch an asset of, the other country. The whole gentleman's agreement thing. We'll wait and see if that happens. It's interesting that all of this led back to Russian intelligence, though. I mean, I don't know that a whole lot of people were suspecting that, right? I mean, that's a shock to everybody. Nobody saw that coming at all. So we'll wait and see how it plays out. It is worth noting that the judge apparently did not grant the request for detention ahead of trial, but placed just a whole bunch of extra requirements for being released ahead of trial. GPS monitoring, stuff like that. We'll see how that plays out as well. So there's definitely a new turn in this story, a new twist. I don't know that it's super surprising, but it should lead to some interesting developments. It's also worth noting that according to this, and according to his statements, there is once again an active attempt by Russian intelligence to influence the 2024 election. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.